little bitty bitch. You just a little bitty bitch for sure. I've been
Did Justin Bieber just hint at another breakup? His newest post has set the internet buzzing. Out of nowhere, he released an emotional track called Blame You for Leaving Me, and many fans are certain it's about Selena Gomez. The timing feels far too pointed to brush off, and the lyrics seem to reveal unresolved feelings. Someone even claimed they spotted him having a meal with Selena, which only added to the speculation. For fans who followed him for years, it feels like history repeating itself. Justin has often shared cryptic emotional posts that seem to reference Selena, but this time, it feels even more intense. He hasn't named anyone directly, yet listeners are connecting the clues. This isn't the first time he's opened up in a way that feels raw and personal. His social media has been unpredictable lately. One day he's posting sweet things about Hailey, and the next, it's full of heartache. Naturally, people are wondering what's going on. Is this his way of closing a chapter, throwing a subtle dig, or is there something deeper beneath the surface? Lately, Justin's lyrics, posts, and confessions have caught everyone by surprise. He's showing a more vulnerable side than usual. Fans are dissecting everything he shares, searching for hidden meanings. In recent weeks, he's been unusually candid, admitting he's been selfish in love, that forgiveness is hard for him, and that sometimes he even blames others, including God, for his pain. These aren't casual remarks. They sound like a man wrestling with old wounds. The talk has only grown with his rumored track Blame You for Leaving Me. The lyrics are blunt. You didn't just leave, you left me with no purpose. And gorgeous girl, but you ain't happy. And that's me. They feel incredibly personal. Many instantly linked it to Selena, especially since the emotional tone echoes her own songs like Lose You to Love Me and Selfish Love. It doesn't read like fiction. It sounds like a direct message to someone he still cares about. And this song isn't an isolated case. All through 2025, Justin has put out songs that revolve around heartbreak, regret, jealousy, and apologies. They don't feel like generic pop hits. They come across as deeply personal, as if he's still processing a relationship that didn't end the way he wanted. Many believe that relationship was with Selena. Meanwhile, his marriage to Hailey Bieber is still on full display online. He frequently posts her photos, compliments her looks, and calls her sexy, often focusing on her physical features, even mentioning her toes several times. But when fans compare that to how he spoke about Selena, the difference is clear. With Selena, he used words like elegant and princess with a tone that felt deeply affectionate. With Hailey, it sometimes comes across as him trying to prove something or keep up appearances. At one point, Justin even publicly called Hailey a bee, claiming it was a joke. Many fans didn't find it funny. It felt careless and disrespectful. These small moments have led people to question whether he's genuinely happy or just trying to convince himself and everyone else that things are fine. For some, the contrast is impossible to miss. When your husband treats you that way in public, it's only natural for people to wonder what's really going on behind the scenes. Some believe Justin is working hard to convince not just the public, but himself, that he's truly happy. One fan said his flirty posts about Hailey feel staged, like he's trying to prove a point. They noted how different he seemed with Selena, calling that real love, while this feels more like a show. Another fan questioned how calling your wife a bee could ever be loving, even as a joke. They missed the tenderness, respect, and emotional warmth he once showed. Others have noticed the big shift in how Justin talks about the women in his life. He once called Selena the most elegant human he'd ever met, but now he's complimenting Hailey's pretty toes. It doesn't seem like the same person. To them, it looks like he's forcing romance into his marriage, even though emotionally, he may have already stepped away. And for Hailey, this can't be easy. Imagine being married, carrying your husband's child, and trying to present a happy front while he's putting out heartbreak songs that feel aimed at someone else. It's not just uncomfortable, it's humiliating. How do you keep smiling for cameras when the internet is flooded with people saying your husband is still stuck in the past? People see it, fans notice, and it would take incredible emotional strength not to crack under that kind of pressure. Hailey is meant to be his partner, his family. She's the mother of his child. Yet here he is, pouring his feelings into songs that sound like they're meant for Selena. While many people feel sympathy for her, others believe she had a hand in creating this situation. They point out that during Justin and Selena's on-again, off-again years, Hailey always seemed to be around, always in the background. To some, it feels like a case of you knew what you were signing up for. Hailey has repeatedly denied ever being involved with Justin while he was still with Selena. In interviews, she's been clear that the romance only began once things were fully over between the two. But many fans aren't convinced. They say the timelines never quite lined up. Even if she wasn't technically the other woman, it looked as if she stayed close, waiting for her chance. That's how it appeared, like she was holding on, hoping to be chosen. Now, years later, she's married to a man who still doesn't seem entirely present. The same energy people noticed back then, of wanting something that may not have been meant for her, still lingers over their marriage. No woman should have to feel like the second
choice, but fans argue she made her decision knowing the emotional baggage Justin carried.
She knew the songs, saw how deeply he loved Selena, and still moved forward. Now she's living with the results, no matter how perfect their life might seem from the outside. If the emotional contrast wasn't enough, fans also spotted something at the Met Gala. They noticed how Hailey's outfit that night, her sharp blazer, hairstyle, jewelry, and even her after-party dress mirrored looks Selena had worn before. Online, people were quick to call it out, suggesting it wasn't just a coincidence. Whether intentional or not, the comparisons added more fuel to the idea that she's trying to channel Selena's style. Speculation quickly followed. Was Hailey sending a subtle message through her fashion? Is she still caught in a silent competition? Or was it all just bad timing? Either way, the internet noticed. And with fans already believing Justin's attention might be elsewhere, these similarities only made the situation look worse. Naturally, new theories took shape. Some think Justin is still emotionally tied to Selena, using his music and social media as an outlet. Others believe he's in a period of self-reflection, wrestling with old regrets while trying to grow. There are also those who feel his marriage is under strain, and what we're seeing now are the cracks beginning to show. Then there's the idea that Hailey sees Selena as a quiet rival, making her style choices more deliberate than she admits. What's certain is that Justin seems emotionally unsteady right now. He's dealing with wounds he's never fully healed from while trying to find balance in the present. Whether he's reaching out for help, sending hidden messages through his music, or simply working through his emotions, it's hard not to feel for him. But it's also impossible to overlook the differences in how he treats his relationships. The way he talks about and interacts with Hailey doesn't carry the same emotional weight he once gave to Selena. That gap is what keeps people talking. Fans who followed this ongoing drama for years are still left wondering, does Justin still have a connection to Selena? Or is this all just part of him growing up and facing the mistakes of his past? And with everything happening, will Hailey eventually decide she's had enough? Share your thoughts in the comments.